Good morning, fam, and happy Hump Day Wednesday to you. This is Dr. Tommy Pringle coming to you again with another work week inspirational and encouraging message for today. On yesterday, we talked about being ready when the Lord calls you into service and how it's hard to disconnect from what is physical in order to connect to what is spiritual because of the history in the physical and the newness of the spiritual. But Matthew stepped away from his physical position for a spiritual fulfillment. Today, we're going to continue on with the same theme of being called into service and come out of the book of Mark today in chapter 1 and focus on verses 16 through 18, where it reads, "Passing alongside the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, the brother of Simon, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. And Jesus said to them, 'Follow me, and I will make you become fishers of men.' And immediately they left their nets and followed him." Even though fishermen were skilled at their trade, the majority of them were considered to be poor due to taxes, licensing, and tolls that were placed on them. So let's understand the impact that their departure will have on the family. If fishermen were already considered poor, and these two brothers left their occupation to follow Jesus, this had to have created a strain on the family. But this also shows the magnitude of influence that Christ had on those he called into service. They traded their physical trade with low return for a spiritual trade with eternal returns. And once again, we see where they didn't think twice or second guess following Christ when they were called into service. How do you react and respond when the Lord calls you into service? Is there a delay? Or do you act immediately and answer the call? One other thing to point out is that even though Matthew by occupation may not have been favored in the eyes of fishermen due to the taxes impact from his occupation, Christ still pulled them together to work together and serve together side by side for the upbuilding of the kingdom of God. There are going to be times when you may not care for the occupation of the person. You may not even like the person that you're called into service with. But trust and know that the mission itself is much larger than us. And when you're talking about impacting a person's future state existence, the current state short-term situation becomes meaningless because of the eternal value. So I encourage you not to get hung up on who you are called into service with or for, but rather focus on being prepared when you're called. Allow that to resonate in your spirit today as the Lord continues to shape and mold you into the Christian that he called you to be. I love you with the love of the Lord. Be blessed this week.